Well, hello everybody. Good evening. I'm Pharmacist Ben, and hopefully we're live. I'm still learning this Restream platform, which I'm loving, but still learning. We've been talking about the Healthy Start Pack, the three main Youngevity products. The hub of the spoke of Youngevity's really very in-depth formulation. The hub, the center, is what we call the Healthy Start Pack. It's the minimum wage of nutrients, the mighty 90 essential nutrients, the vitamins, minerals, amino acids, and fatty acids that everybody needs. It's made up of three products: Beyond Tangy Tangerine, which I'm going to try and show you, but doesn't really work on this for some reason on my camera. OsteoFX. Beyond Tangy Tangerine is like a multiple vitamin powder, super effective. We're going to do a video just on Beyond Tangy Tangerine, one of my favorite supplements. I've been formulating nutritional supplements for almost 40 years, and I've yet to find a nutritional supplement that is as effective or as potent or as nutrient dense and as easy to use as Beyond Tangy Tangerine. We'll do a video on a video that has complete information about all the nutrients of Beyond Tangy Tangerine some other time. The second product is OsteoFX. We're going to do a video on that as well. That's a connective tissue building supplement. Really interesting. Most people take it for bones and for arthritis kind of symptoms, cartilage symptoms. But when you work on the connective tissue, you work on the whole body, because the connective tissue is the part of the body that connects everything. It connects all the organs together. It connects all of the cells together. It connects all of the tissues together so that the body can perform as a unified whole. It provides many roles, the connective tissue, and OsteoFX is best thought of as a connective tissue building supplement. The third product I want to talk about today is the ultimate EFAs, the essential fatty acids. And essential fatty acids are so darn important. I'm in the skin business, and there's probably no more important nutritional supplement for dry skin, which almost everybody has, than essential fatty acids. Essential fatty acids are very deficient in the standard American diet because essential fatty acids are very unstable. There's two main essential fatty acids. They call them omega-6s and omega-3s. It's sort of a colloquial designation because omega-6s and omega-3s involve a lot of chemicals, but the essential fatty acids, the two essential fatty acids, are given the designation omega-6. The omega-6 essential fatty acid is technically LA, or if you're a chemist, linoleic acid. And the omega-3 essential fatty acid is linolenic acid, or alpha-linolenic acid, actually, ALA. Essential fatty acids are important for the cardiovascular system. Actually, let me just say this. Essential fatty acids are nature's aspirin. They are your healing molecules. They are involved in inflammation and anti-inflammation, and a lot of folks misunderstand inflammation. People think, oh, well, omega-6 essential fatty acids, linoleic acid, LA, is pro-inflammatory, and there's actually some healthcare professionals who will tell you to stay away from LA because it's pro-inflammatory. That is bad advice, because LA is actually the more important of the two essential fatty acids, even though it is pro-inflammatory. See, the pro-inflammation effects of linoleic acid, of omega-6 essential fatty acid, are actually required for healing to begin. The healing process is biphasic. So when you wound yourself, there's an inflammatory phase that starts the ball rolling on the healing process, and then the ball is handed off to the omega-6 chemical reactions, biochemical reactions, that have anti-inflammatory properties. So inflammation is critical for healing. So omega-6 essential fatty acids, by virtue of their pro-inflammatory effects, are also critical for healing. Not only that, but there's more omega-6s in the body, omega-6 essential fats, than omega-3. So the need for omega-6s is actually greater. I don't want to give short shrift to the omega-3s because they're super important, particularly a couple derivatives of the omega-3s, omega-3 essential fatty acids called DHA and EPA, which you've probably seen, and we're going to talk about those because they're in your Ultimate EFAs and Ultimate EFA Plus supplements. DHA and EPA play a especially important role in the nervous system. So you need both omega-6s and omega-3s. One of the questions I get asked a lot is how much of each, or what's the proportion of each? There's really no way to know. You do need more omega-6s than you need omega-3s, but 3-to-1 ratio, 2-to-1 ratio. Some people say 1-to-1 ratio, 4-to-1 ratio. There's really no way to know. But you do want to have a certain amount of omega-3s with your omega-6s. You don't want to be out of balance to the point where you're taking a lot of omega-6s and hardly any omega-3s. And this is easy to do because omega-6s are found throughout nature. All grains, all seeds will have omega-6s. Omega-3s, not so much. Omega-3s are basically found flax seeds, hemp seeds. Let's see what other good sources of, there's not a lot of good sources of omega-3. Pumpkin seeds are a good source of omega-3s. Omega-3 derivatives are basically going to be restricted to fish. That's the DHA and EPA. And this is the one of the reasons why fish oil is such an important and helpful nutritional supplement if you're not a vegan, because of the DHA and EPA content. Omega-3s, as I say, are not found in a lot of foods, but you can find them in seeds, flax seeds, chia seeds, hemp seeds. There's some in spinach and green leafy vegetables. Grass-fed animals, there's omega-3s in grass. So grass-fed animals will have some omega-3s in them as well. But the best way to make sure you're getting omega-3s, in my opinion, is to make sure that you're supplementing. So what are some of the things omega-3s do, given that we know that there's inflammatory and anti-inflammatory benefits for these things? Where are we here? Find your, given that they're anti-inflammatory, inflammatory, one thing they're very important for is cardiovascular health, the heart. The anti-inflammatory effects are very important for folks who are dealing with heart disease, likewise with the brain. Your ultimate EFAs are anti-inflammatory for the joints. As I said earlier, it's also very important for the skin. They're important for the eyes. Essential fatty acids play an especially important role in hormone productions. The steroid hormones depend in large part on the essential fatty acids. They're important for the digestive system, particularly for leaky gut, folks who are dealing with leaky gut. And then the general anti-inflammatory effects can actually have pain-relieving properties. I like to think of the Ultimate EFAs and Ultimate EFA Plus as nature's aspirin. One of my favorite papers, one of my favorite scientific papers, and as you may know, I love collecting scientific papers. I'm going to try to share my screen here and show you this paper because it's super, super cool. Let's see. Check this out, guys. Essential fatty acids and their metabolites, that's the DHA and the EPA, and another metabolite called GLA, function as HMG-CoA reductase inhibitors. Now, an HMG-CoA reductase inhibitor is a fancy way of saying a statin drug. So check that out. Essential fatty acids are actually cholesterol-lowering substances. They have cholesterol-lowering effects, and of course, you don't have to deal with the toxicity of a statin drug. These are nature's statin drugs. There are also ACE enzyme inhibitors. The ACE enzyme is involved with blood pressure, and ACE inhibitors are antihypertensives for folks who are dealing with high blood pressure issues. Many EFAs have antihypertensive effects. They're antiarrhythmic. They're anti-atherosclerotic. Atherosclerosis is a major component of cardiovascular disease. That's when the blood vessels develop sclerosis. They become hard and narrow. Blood can't flow through them as effectively. This can lead to poor perfusion in the heart. It's one of the causes of heart disease. So anti-heart disease. Anti-inflammatory, cytoprotective means cell protective, and they're also cardioprotective. They protect the heart. One thing about essential fatty acids and essential fats in general, and fats in general, vitamin E is important for protecting fats. And usually when you find an essential fatty acid supplement, like Youngevity supplements, you'll find vitamin E in there. And another thing I forgot to mention about essential fatty acids is they're very important for giving the cell membrane a certain plasticity and fluidity. Without essential fatty acids, the cell membrane, the covering on a cell, will become hard, firm, and it will be much harder for hormones and other peptides and other connecting, they call them ligands, things that connect to receptors on the cell, to bind with the receptors. So your hormones aren't going to be working as effectively, and your cells won't be working as effectively either. So the next question people ask me about Youngevity's Ultimate EFAs and Ultimate EFA Plus is, what's the difference between the Ultimate EFAs and the Ultimate EFA Plus? So let's see here. I'm going to show you what the difference is. Let me get this going. Now let me see if I can figure it out. Hang on here. Screen share. I'll figure this out one of these days here. All right, check this out. This is the difference between your Ultimate EFAs and your Ultimate EFA Plus. Your Ultimate EFA Plus contains ALA, that's omega-3 fatty acids, 447 milligrams, linoleic acid, that's omega-6 essential fatty acid, and oleic acid, which is not an essential fatty acid, but it's still a nice one. It's a nice fatty acid. It's not essential. Remember, essential means your body has to have it you have to get in a supplemental form because your body can't make it. This is a little bit better screen, so you can compare the two. ALA, omega-3 fatty acids, linoleic acid, omega-6, oleic acid, omega-9, not essential, but still helpful. And this is what I really want to show you here is GLA. GLA is gamma-linolenic acid. It's a derivative of omega-6 fatty acid, and it's especially important for the female reproductive system. I recommend GLA for women who have menstrual problems. In fact, all essential fatty acids will help women who have menstrual problems. I forgot to mention that. But GLA itself has really nice benefits, anti-inflammatory benefits for women who deal with what's called dysmenorrhea problem, menstrual cycles. It's also very helpful for skin issues, GLA, for folks who are dealing with eczema or dermatitis. And in general, essential fatty acids are a great nutritional supplement for the skin, for keeping the skin hydrated and soft, and for keeping the skin barrier healthy. And this is the DHA I was telling you about. DHA, docosahexaenoic acid, has benefits for the skin. It's protective against radiation and ultraviolet radiation from the sun and electromagnetic radiation from EMFs. You know, EMFs can have a negative effect on the skin, and DHA can help protect the skin. Has a electricity dampening effect for EMFs as well as for solar radiation. Now, the second product is the Ultimate EFA. So you got the Ultimate EFA Plus right here and the Ultimate EFAs. Your Ultimate EFAs contain less, you can see right here, it contain less of the ALA, the omega-3. They contain less of the omega-6, a little bit less omega-6, and they contain a little bit less omega-9. And check this out, they contain a lot more GLA. So it's kind of tricky because you're going to get more of the essential fatty acids in your Ultimate EFA Plus, but you're going to get more of the GLA. I'll tell you how you address this discrepancy here in a minute, but I just want to show you that if you're looking for GLA, Ultimate EFA is the way to go. And you'll also get a second derivative of omega-3 called EPA, which you're not going to get in the Ultimate EFA Plus. Don't ask me why they call one Plus and one just Ultimate EFA. I'm not sure why that is. You also get a lot more of the DHA. So what do you do? How do you address this? Which one do you take? I say take both. And you need a lot of these. The recommended dose on the Ultimate EFAs is 3 capsules a day. Personally, I take 12 capsules a day, and I take 6 of my Ultimate EFA Plus, and I take 6 of my Ultimate EFA. Sometimes I'll mix them up a little bit, but usually about 6 of each. There's one other thing I was going to tell you about these. Vitamin E always works with, as I mentioned, works with essential fatty acids. And if you look at the ingredient deck here, you'll see mixed tocopherols and mixed tocopherols. So both of these are also sources of vitamin E. Vitamin E is another stupendously valuable essential fat. And then the last thing I want to show you, let's check this out. This is the cool thing about nutritional supplementation, is you get multiple benefits. Look at all the benefits you're getting from essential fats. But if you look at the way these things are dosed, and I don't know if you can see this well, they come in a gel cap. That gel cap is made of gelatin, which itself has nutritional benefits, particularly for the digestive system if you're dealing with leaky gut syndrome, which we've talked about before as being the source of all chronic degenerative disease. So long story short, your Ultimate EFA is a source of omega-3s and omega-6s and more. If you use your Ultimate EFA Plus, you'll get oleic acid, omega-9, you'll get GLA, and you'll get DHA. If you use your Ultimate EFA, the plain one, you'll get oleic acid as well, but you get a lot more GLA, and you'll get EPA, a second form derivative of omega-3, which adds extra benefits for the skin and for the eyes and the nervous system. I forgot to mention both DHA and EPA are very important for the nervous system, particularly the brain and the eyes and hand-eye coordination. And if moms supplement with Ultimate EFA and Ultimate EFA Plus, they will have smarter babies, babies with better hand-eye coordination, and babies with better visual acuity. In fact, it doesn't even have to be in utero. Even nursing moms, or even giving children as they're developing, little kids, babies or toddlers, essential fatty acid supplements that feature EPA and DHA, you'll have kids that have better neural development. And that includes the brain and the eyes, and of course, hand-eye coordination. You might have to, for little kids, you might have to stick a little pin in your gel cap and then squeeze out the essential fatty acid into some yogurt or applesauce or whatever your kid likes. Let's see if there's anything else I was going to tell you. Oh yeah, topically, you can actually put a little pin in your gel cap and apply your Ultimate EFAs topically. It's a good idea to stay out of the sun when you apply them topically, because the sun will distort the essential fatty acids. Essential fatty acids are very unstable. They break down in the presence of heat, oxygen, and light. And this is one of the main reasons why most people, in fact, all people who aren't supplementing with essential fatty acids are going to find themselves dealing with some kind of deficiency condition. All right, that's the Ultimate EFA as part of the Healthy Start Pack. 3 products, Beyond Tangy Tangerine, right here, OsteoFX, Ultimate EFAs, the hub of the Wheel of Nutrition, Youngevity's Wheel of Nutritional Supplements, which contain lots of spokes. The spokes are also wonderful products, but the hub is the essential, mighty 90 essential nutrients that everyone needs. Thanks for listening, folks. I'm Pharmacist Ben. This will stay up on YouTube. I'm not even sure. I wonder if we had questions here. I haven't even checked to see if anybody had any questions. I don't see any. If you have them, just post, ask your questions on the post on our YouTube channel, Young for Life, and I will make sure I read through those and I answer your questions. You can email us at info@pharmacistbenjaminfuchs.com, and it looks like there's a QR code for some Ultimate EFAs. Thanks, Michelle, for doing that. My friend Michelle is helping me out on these restream videos. Thank you. I appreciate you, Michelle, and I appreciate all you guys. I'm Pharmacist Benjamin Fuchs. Thanks for listening. Have an awesome, wonderful